Stupid things lenders ask for and why we ask for them. Okay, so if you guys like the channel, hit like. If you hate it, hate. Subscribe. Like, my God, it has taken so long. Like, I don't know. I'm going to start doing makeup tutorials just to get like 10 more subscribers in a minute, even though I don't really wear that much makeup. It might work. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about stupid things that mortgage lenders ask for and why we're asking for them. And I say stupid things. Are they actually stupid? No, but you definitely feel like they are when we're asking for them. So I thought that was the perfect title. Number one, let's talk about bank statements. Woo! Okay, so a lot of times you're like, okay, I logged in my bank, I take a screenshot, here you go, move on. Nope, we can't accept screenshots, okay? Any documents you guys send us can't be a screenshot. So if you're trying to use your phone in order to send docs, turn them into a PDF on your phone. And I know you're like, what is the difference? There is a difference when it comes to how the file ultimately proceeds, okay? So for instance, when you upload a document, we review it. But then when we ultimately sell the loan, which all lenders do, like maybe it's going to go to Fannie, Freddie, or Ginnie, guess what? We upload it all to them again. And then it gets up, like the amount of times and the amount of distortion that can happen is huge. So that's why lenders are always asking for, with bank statements, you've got two options. It depends on the loan. Sometimes we can just do the electronic verification where you fill in your passwords and a third-party company gives us the data we need. Other times it's two most recent bank statements, all pages, even if blank, okay? And sometimes people go, well, I can't get that. Yes, you can. It's that simple. I know you can. We all know you can. If you bank at Wells Fargo or Schwab or B of A or XYZ Credit Union, legally, they have to give you monthly statements. And you're probably gonna have to log in, but you can download the statement as a PDF. Every bank has that ability, okay? The only time you can't do that is if it's a stock account, and then we do something different. But if it's a checking or savings, yes, you have access to statements. Now, once in a while, you'll have a savings where there's been no recent activity, but at the same point, they should still have a statement that shows your balance. So yes, you can download a PDF, okay? No screenshots. Because that's something I know that both Maria and Chadwick, they have to email people. Someone will say to me, I gave them my stuff. And then they'll go, Jen, they sent me a screenshot of half their bank. And I'm like, we need those PDF full statements, even if the pages are blank. Okay, and it's because of the guidelines. Now, what else? Pay stubs. Okay, we want pay stubs that show your year-to-date total. It's very unusual that you would have a pay stub that does not show your year-to-date total. Sometimes what people will upload is the check stub that just shows the amount. That is not what we want. We want the pay stub that shows your year-to-date total. Now you may go, I don't get that. I have direct deposit. Me too. Probably was very loud. But guess what? With direct deposit, your company will have some sort of system. I don't remember what ours is called, but I can log in and see what my pay stub was, even though it's direct deposited. You save that as a PDF. Okay? And if you're not sure what a PDF is, please Google it. It's really easy, guys. It will make the rest of your life easier. Okay? But yes, we really need the real pay stubs that show your year-to-date total. So critical. Okay? HR contact. Why do you want my HR contact? You already have my pay stubs. You already have my W-2s. We have to verify again, seriously. All we do as lenders is you give us information and then we spend like 30 days re-verifying it in a manner of ways. That's literally what lending is. It's check, 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 verify, verify, verify. Thank you, 2008. All we do is verify. So the reason we might need your HR contact is A, just to make sure that everything's the same. A lot of loans require a written verification of employment. So even though we have your pay stubs, even though we have your W-2s, even though we have your tax returns, we may need a written verification of employment as well. And in order to get that, in many cases, we need your HR contact. Now, if you're commission or you get a lot of overtime, I'm totally going to want a written verification of employment, 100%. Okay, so that's why we're asking for that, because the underwriter, if you get overtime or commission, they have to do a 2-year average. We can only figure that out if we have all the year to dates, for the prior years. Okay. What else? Homeowners insurance quote. People get sometimes they'll be like, why are you hounding me? I will get it before I close. I'm hounding you because homeowners insurance is one of the biggest reasons I see people cancel on deals. Yeah, because they'll get into contract. Florida's a great example. And then all of a sudden they'll get the quote. They'll be like, oh my God, the quote's $6,000. And I'm like, yeah, that's why I told you to get it day one, because then you wouldn't have paid for an appraisal. Then you wouldn't have paid for inspections because you would have known this day one, canceled, and saved yourself $1,000, right? Get a homeowner's insurance quote. I tell people when you're writing an offer, you can go online so easy and see what to expect so there's no surprises. Homeowner's insurance quotes are a big deal. Now, if you're like, well, I don't know which company I'm going to choose quickly. And here's why. Look, take the first week when you're in contract to choose the homeowner's insurance, but you need to make a choice. And the reason is that especially with government loans, I have to have the exact amount of the homeowner's insurance when it goes through underwriting. If that changes, I have to re-underwrite it. Now look, is it that big of a deal to re-underwrite it? No, but it could lose you a day. Do you really want to lose a day? Pick the insurance company the first week, okay? Can't stress it enough. Let's see here, what else? Tax returns. Why do you want my tax returns? I already gave you my W-2s. Okay, depends on the loan. Sometimes stuff comes up that makes us think you have a self-employed business. And if you have a self-employed business, or we have an indicator that you have a self-employed business, I have to get those tax returns. And sometimes people go, but it doesn't make any money. Why do you care? Here's my W-2. Guys, I don't care if it makes money. I care if it has a loss. That's what we have to look for. Because if you make $100,000 with your W-2 job, but you have a self-employed business that's writing off $50,000 a year, guess what? You make $50,000. Yeah, it's a big deal. So if you guys are self-employed, sometimes what will happen is you won't even realize you're self-employed. You'll think your husband or your wife is self-employed, but on the taxes, you're a half owner. So even if you're the one filling out the mortgage with the W-2, your wife's not even on the file. Surprise, if you're a half owner of that business on your taxes, I need the taxes and I have to hit you with that loss, okay? So anytime a lender's asking for stuff, there's a reason. We do not want to ask for stuff for fun. For instance, with the screenshots, do you think that my team likes to be we want to be done. We want to do your documents and get it to underwriting and relax, right? We don't want to henpeck you to death. So if we're asking for something, it's because we have to have it, okay? So same thing with tax returns. And I got to stress this to you. If your spouse is self-employed, okay, and they have a loss, I would not want to be half owner of that business, especially if I was trying to buy a house with my income, okay? Cannot stress it enough. Pay attention to how your taxes are being done. So important, so important. What else? So tax returns. Oh, W-2 tax transcripts. So tax transcripts, often you'll see that you're signing something that says we have permission to pull your tax transcripts. And you're like, oh my God, I gave you my pay stubs, my W-2s, my taxes. You got a written verification of employment. What is this? I know, it's because there's certain loans where we also have to get tax transcripts to make sure you weren't lying about the taxes you gave us. I know. And this is every lender, and this is because of 2008. And it's surprising. Sometimes we pull tax transcripts and we legitimately have been given bullshit tax returns by the borrower. We'll see it where they said they made $100,000 and the tax transcripts show 3 because they're just filling out forms and giving it to us thinking no one's gonna check. So yeah, that's another thing lenders are gonna ask for. I did a whole video about letters of explanation. That's another one that people are like, why do you want this stupid letter? Well, it's because we need it for your file to either close or make sense. So here's the key thing to know. A lot of the stuff we ask for feels stupid. It seems nonsensical, right? Like the bank screenshots is a great example. You have a screenshot. Why is that not good enough? You just want to see the numbers. And it's because it's the end investor that needs to have that perfect documentation so that as it keeps on moving, it doesn't get blurred out or distorted. I know. So look, if you guys ever have questions, talk to your lender about it. If you're concerned, just say, hey, why, I'm just curious, like, why do you guys need it in this format? And a lender will always answer. But I have to say, like, from my team's perspective, if Maria says, hey, I need statements, don't ask her why, just give her the statements, right? We just covered why. We need the statements because that's ultimately what the investor will require. It's that simple. So, if you want to learn more about why they're asking for what they're asking for, ask, but give them what they need and then ask because you don't want to slow down your loan, and sometimes we'll see people who want to argue. Well, you don't need this. Really? Like, I'm sorry, because you did one loan 10 years ago, you're an expert on loan documentation and you're telling us what we need to close your loan. It's a waste of your time. It's a waste of your time. It's a waste of our time. Once in a while, there might be something where I look at it and say, yeah, we don't need it, but it's really rare. And on the basic stuff like pay stubs, bank statements, taxes, W-2s, if we ask for it, it's because we need it. So I hope this video has been helpful. As always, I am licensed in 48 states to do mortgages. My team and I would love to help you, and I hope this video helped you out. Thanks, guys.